All right. Welcome, everybody, to Urban Embodiment Presents UE Talk Episode 9. I was practicing all week for that one.
I bet.
I am Deshaun Whip Dog Whipple, and I am here with my partner. She's like, what is he going to say this week? I got you. The outstanding orator, the perennial professional, and when it comes to the single speed dating world, she is the lexicon of love, Lakeisha Coakley. How are you doing today, Keish?
I'm doing great.
Good to see. Good to see. So, how was your week been?
My week's been good. Just want to share some real quick. I had went to the doctor yesterday for my annual physical, and I highly encourage people to go out and schedule your annual physical just to take preventive measures, make sure your blood work and everything is cool. Now, in my early 20s, I started getting the HPV vaccination. And so by the time it was time for the third injection, I had aged out. Okay. So yesterday, my physician told me that they increased the age for the HPV vaccine. So now you don't have to, you can be over, it's not 26 anymore, it's the age limit, it's now 45. So people, if you haven't gotten all three of your HPV vaccinations, the age has been increased to 45. So if you're under 45 and haven't done it, it's not too late. Go ahead and get vaccinated.
Now, what if somebody is scared for the vaccination? Explain to that right quick so they'll know what it is.
Well, and I could be wrong. I always get it mixed up when I say it. HPV stands for human papilloma virus, but
somebody didn't study.
In other words, it's a virus that can cause cervical cancer. Men can have it, but they rarely show symptoms. But when women get it, we show more symptoms, but it does lead to cervical cancer. So it's a good vaccine to have. Now, I know people don't get vaccinated for religious or personal reasons, so that's fine. But if you are a vaccinator like me, I'd say go get vaccinated.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, also, I want to talk about my week.
Go ahead.
I had fun. I went to this Who's Who in Black Detroit event.
Okay.
Down the Greektown Casino last Thursday. I'm surprised, though, they didn't have us in there, me specifically, because I know I'm a superstar. You understand that, right?
Okay.
You're going to start. We got guests. We got people. Okay, you want to show out already. Well, I'm saying I'm surprised I wasn't in there, but my friend was in there, my home girl, Chris Walker. She runs Frenzy Media.
Okay.
She got her own podcast. She actually invited me to be on her podcast this Thursday, so I'm going to holler at her. And if anybody out there wants to get any type of branding, social media, marketing, managing, trust me, you want to holler at her at Frenzy Zone Media, and at Just Plain Selfish.
All right.
Now,
good.
Keish, what else we got coming up real quick?
So far we are going to Toronto for the Carabana Festival, the Grand Parade. Seats for that is $80. The deposit to secure a seat is $30, and then the balance is due by July 11th. We're going August 1st. We leave Detroit at 8 a.m. and we'll be leaving Toronto to come back at 11 p.m. You do have to have a passport or enhanced license to be able to cross the border. Also, you have to have a clean record, no felonies, no warrants. You got to be able to pass the border to join us on this trip.
Facts. So, ladies, if your little boyfriend is locked up, he might not be able to go to this one. You might have to bring your little side dude that's, that square dude. He might be able to have to go to this one.
If he don't got a record,
This is true, too. And we also got a Players Ball Cabaret coming up real soon. And we also got our Small Business Expo. So make sure you check out urbanembodiment313@gmail.com for our email. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Facebook, Urban Embodiment 313, and Instagram at Urban Embodiment. Well, we got a big show today.
Okay.
Today, what's our catchphrase? You forgot.
We are social.
There you go. We are social media, and today's topic is social media influencers. So we got some dope people in the building. We're going to talk to them in a second. But we also got from the Netflix hit reality series, The Circle, we're going to have C-Burn, a.k.a. Rebecca, is going to call in today. And I got a lot of questions for him, or should I say her, or whatever he did, because he was a catfish. And we're going to talk about catfishing, too, today in studio. But real quick, before we bring our guest on, it's time for my part of the show that I like. You know what it is.
You got to rock your hips, wave and sip.
The drink of the night.
the drink of the night. And what do I have in my bag today? I'll let you introduce it.
Okay. When you pointed your finger, I thought you was flipping me the bird. I'm like, what's going on? Okay, so this is a Sunny Margarita, the original Club Tales, a premium cocktail, classic lime flavor party starter. Happy hour at its finest. Contains 10% alcohol by volume.
Yes. And I would have normally shared it with my guest, but one of my guests, shut up, don't talk about that. Support your local liquor store. But one of my guests was late. Wink, wink. It's that light skin thing. See how they do? No, I'm messing with you, girl.
I had to park next door.
Okay, we give you a pass. We'll give you a pass. So we going to sip this, but since we just talked to you, could you introduce yourself and tell them a little bit about yourself?
Where do I start? Let me scoot up first. Let me get a shot first. That's what. Let me get a shot of whatever you drinking.
Okay.
That look like
we're going to get you a cup in a second.
rolling down the street, smoking in.
Oh, she's so ready.
Sipping on
Here,
gin.
put your
and
mouth
juice.
on it. Pause.
That's what this look like right here, yeah. Put your
Woo!
mouth on
She
it.
started early. There she go. Now she together.
I ain't sucked no dick lately. So.
Whoa, man. We know what type of show this is going to be.
It's okay. It's okay.
But go ahead and introduce yourself. She said that before she even introduced herself. Go ahead and introduce yourself, girl.
Hey y'all. So this is your girl, Too Unique 87. Don't forget the 87. I am an Instagram model, actor. Actress. Jesus. I'm an actress. Music video vixen. I got so much stuff to name. But anyway, those are just like my things that's basically like, you know what I'm saying? Like basically related to, you know, what's kind of important. I have a whole bunch of stuff that I do. I sell sex toys too.
What's your company called?
It's not my company. I'm like partnered with a sex toy company, but it's Exotic Fantasy.
Okay. Shout out to them.
Yes, they send me awesome toys to try out.
Oh, Lord. Yeah, we know what type of show this is about to be. Remember social media. But if you want to call in, not yet, though, because I got my guest calling in first. But if you want to call a little later, you can. But to the right of us, who do we have?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? I'm what I like to call Detroit's most realest urban personal trainer / massage therapist, excuse me. Yeah, real name Stephen Bynum. You can find me on Instagram at Big Trey Killer. That's what I do. I've been doing that for about 20 years now.
That's what's up. Now, we met him before. Do you remember? I think it was at Sedalis Productions event.
Yeah.
We did partner with him. He was doing massages then.
Okay.
And our whole singles dating the Detroit crew of ladies, man, listen, he wasn't charging with $1 a minute. He probably made about $500 because the whole crew was like, oh, I want a massage from Dog. Okay, we got a call already. Hold on. Hello? Who are we speaking with? Hello, can you hear us?
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? Is this Mr. C. Byrne?
It is, man.
Man, hold up. Let me say it one time right. Welcome to UE Talk C. Byrne, or should I call you Rebecca? From Netflix, from the Netflix hit reality series, The Circle. Hold on. See, we ain't as fly as you, so we had to use some ovation that we found on the internet. Just don't sue us, bro. But how you doing today, sir?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just here chilling.
That's what's up. You here with my co-host, Lakeisha Coakley.
Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Lakeisha?
Nothing. What's going on?
And I got my in-studio guest in here, too. If y'all want to say hi to C. Byrne.
Hey, C. Byrne. It's Too Unique 87.
Hey.
What's going on, man? They call me Big Steve, personal trainer in the house.
Now, C. Byrne. I'm going to talk to you in a second, but I'm going to let you know one thing about my co-host, my partner. Now, I watched The Circle when it first came out. She just texted me like Sunday saying she just not watching it. Talk to her about that, man. Tell her she should have been on it, man. And ask her who's her favorite.
Oh, man.
Jeez.
Okay, so you got to tell me who your favorite.
I don't have a favorite. Like everybody so far is like pretty interesting. Joey was a little extra for me. And but yeah, he was way extra than the last guy that just came in, Alex. Yeah, I think you had a fake date with him. I know that was kind of weird.
Yeah, oh man, that was so trippy.
Yeah, he was a little extra too, but it was interesting.
Well, Seaburn,
So
I'm
who
glad.
did you gravitate towards?
I kind of felt for the underdog Shabubi. What y'all call it, Shabubi?
Shuby.
Oh, Hubie.
It's shoe bomb, but I think somebody
I'm gonna
called him
tell him. I'm gonna
Shabubi,
tell him you
and then
said
somebody else was
Shabubi.
like Shabam.
Do you still kick it
That
with
was
Shu?
me. That was actually me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually spoke to Shuby last night.
How's he doing, man?
He's doing good. He's doing really good.
So, because I know he wasn't really into social media and all that before this, and now he was next to you, sir. One of the stars of the show.
Yeah, Shub is the man. Like, he definitely is the man. Like, he's very now active on social media,
Okay.
and it's definitely been a booster for him
Mhm.
to like do such things because before he wasn't as in tuned and like as intertwined with social media. So now he is, and he's learning it and understanding it.
Well, tell him to respond to my inboxes like you did. You understand? No, I'm messing with him. But
Yeah, I got you.
hey, but check me out. I'm glad she brought up Alex, and this is one of my questions I want to talk to you about. First of all, what made you want to do the catfish route and go with Rebecca? And number two, seeing all them people flirt with you, aka Rebecca, your girl, how did that make you feel? Like, did you want to go check her DMs right now and see his dudes all in her inbox, man?
Oh man, it was one of the most weirdest feelings ever. It just was like this is what the other side get. Like, this is how men try to mac on women, but like they know it, and they be like, oh, that's game right there. But I'm gonna play into it like, oh yeah, sweet thing, like, and you'd be like, yeah, girl, I'm just trying to show you something. What's up? Like, it was weird. It was 100% weird. And like, I just looked at her and said, yo, I am sorry if that is how dudes like really respond. She was like, yeah. I was like, I am sorry. I should have came sooner.
So was she totally cool with you using her as your photo and everything?
Oh man, absolutely. She was super pumped. Like, once I actually got to tell her like what it was for, she was like, wait a minute, brother. I was like, yo. She was like, okay, you know what? Go ahead, do your thing, and like run rampant. She knew I wasn't going to do anything bad.
That's what's up.
That I know of, but she felt confident enough to be like, you know what? Go for it. Have fun. And I was like, I'm in it.
So I gotta ask you, did you watch a lot of reality TV coming up, man? Because, well, I don't, can we say it? I guess we can. I used to watch a lot of reality TV. I mean, I watched I Love New York and all that stuff, Flavor Love. Shoot, I was even on a show myself years ago called Ton of Cash.
Really?
We're not gonna talk about what happened.
First one voted off.
Wait a minute.
First one voted off.
If you go to YouTube, I was on a VH1 reality show called Ton of Cash. We're not going to talk about where I was eliminated in the show. I'll just say you got a little further than I did. I'll just say that. But have you always watched reality shows, and is that what made you want to audition?
No, actually, I didn't watch any of the reality shows. I kind of found them cliche, to be honest. And, years later, I'm actually on one. Mad funny. But, like, they always featured, like, the most drama.
Yeah.
And that, for me, was like, it was like, it's like tension that you can cut with a knife. You don't want to be in that kind of atmosphere. And I felt it, and I was like, nah, I don't need that.
That's what's up. That's one of the dope things I noticed about the show that I was drawn to it. Because of that, I haven't watched reality shows in a minute. You see some of them, and I'm not naming names, but all that arguing and fighting, like, I get it. It's part of life, but you know what I'm saying? It was dope that y'all show, even though it was still a competition, y'all was just clowning. Y'all was having fun, and y'all actually grew together towards the end as opposed to, like, hating each other.
Burning apart. And yeah. And it was dope because we all went in with, like, to the game with this idea that we were going to do something different. And that not only were we going to do something different, we were going to break all the rules to what a reality show should be. And it's like, you don't need all the drama to have a successful show. And, we had our ups, we had our downs, we had our moments, but at the end of the day, it was a dope game. Like, it was all a game, and we understood what we were going into, so we had no hard feelings.
Okay. So now that you've done the show, what's your next step? Like, what's the next thing for Seaburn? Or what should we look out for?
Oh, man, I was so mad because I actually have to wait a little bit to like
Okay.
finish up with
I-
my Netflix contract.
I see what
Ooh,
you're saying.
that
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
have to wait a little bit to finish up with my Netflix contract. But I was actually up for a movie role with Sony, and I was actually up for a movie role with Sony, and I was in negotiations with that, but then the whole Netflix thing came into play, and it just kind of intersected. So
That sucks.
I
How
will
long do you
be
have to wait?
officially transferring over into scripted movies and television.
Yeah, Too Unique just asked, how long did you have to wait? Because I know back, and I don't know if you could talk about it or not. I know back with me, I believe it was 2 years unless I talked to them about it ahead of time. And it's funny because my
Oh,
partner is
man.
here. You know what I'm talking about. I know we can't go too far. That contract being all super thick, man. But my partner over here, she was the one that read mine back in the day because it was too much for me to read. But is it a year or two, but we will see you coming with some stuff soon, right?
Oh yeah, I'm coming with some fire. Like I'm definitely coming with some fire, and I'm actually linking up with a couple photographers, and I'm coming with some new photos, new heat for the summer. I also have my personal photographers that I utilize a lot, so definitely gonna be on a photo shoot like tip. But also we're gonna be coming in with some videos as well. I'm actually creating a lot of content, and I'm linking up with some of the local influencers. So
Okay.
we're definitely getting ready to set the city ablaze because they upset me when I had to turn up that Sony Pictures contract. So now
I
I'm coming
bet.
back with vengeance with my own stuff. So they can't stop that.
Now,
And, we coming hard.
now, I was watching your Instagram, but I seen it. I see you killing them on right there. Let them know what your Instagram is, man, in case people don't know.
So my Instagram is officially Seaburn. Yes, I am that little blue check dude. It doesn't go away.
Verified.
I'm like, word.
So, would you do the show again, man, if you had a chance?
Oh, in a heartbeat.
Okay.
In a heartbeat. I would do it the same exact way because I was the only one that really, came in and wanted to do something different, spice it up, and be so me. I got to portray someone else. So I would do it in a heartbeat.
Okay, so now what would you give advice to people about being themselves on social media?
On social media about being yourself, honestly, have fun. Like enjoy your time on social media. Like utilize it for what it's supposed to be used for. It's a social networking platform. So just go in and have fun, and people that rock with you are gonna rock with you on there. And if they don't, then they're not a part of your journey.
For sure. And like I said, the topic of this show is social media influencers, and you're definitely one.
Whoa.
But I gotta ask you this before we let you go, man. CATFISH, catfish. It happens all the time on the internet, and you chose to do it.
Oh man.
But what would you tell somebody in real life on social media about being a catfish, man? I know we kind of touched it, but touch it again.
Honestly, I would just tell them to be themselves because catfishing is hard as heck trying to portray somebody else. So you might as well just come out, be yourself, and show the world who you are because your personality matters and you're here for a reason. So you might as well utilize all your gifts and your tools by just being you.
Okay.
Boom.
I got one more question. I'm going to let you get on back to being Seaburn or Rebecca. My question is this. Let me make sure I got the right question because I had wrote this one down. I want to make sure I ask you this one. Okay, hold on. Wait a minute.
Let's do this.
Oh, okay. We talking about social media influence. What was your strategy when you actually had the power, the influencers, or should I say, how did y'all used to do it? Message, Seaburn. How did you feel to be a social media influencer? Hug, emoji,
man.
smiley emoji, send.
Oh, message. I felt ecstatic because I was finally on top and not number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Message send.
My guy. Well, Seaburn, thank you for calling in the UE Talk. It was a great pleasure, man. I think we all enjoyed it, man. And listen, once again, let them know your Instagram in case people don't know, so how they can get a hold of you. And once your contract is up, so you can do some stuff.
Word. So my IG is officially Seaburn, or IG. You'll find me. I got the blue check, so it's lit. Can't be no fake pages if it ain't got the blue check.
Facts. All right, my guy. Take care of yourself. We will talk to you another time, my brother.
Hug the teddy bear for me.
Word, word.
Yeah.
Hold
Hold on.
What's up?
Hold on. Before the teddy bear. I don't know why I couldn't catch it. What is the teddy bear's name again?
Sir Bear.
How could I forget Sir Bear? All right. Tell Sir Bear we said what up, though, too. All right?
I got you.
My God. Take care, bro.
All right, man. You guys have a good one.
You too. Have a good night.
Be safe, homie.
Shout out to him, man. That was dope, man. That
Yeah,
boy took a minute to come holler at us, man. He didn't have to do that. That's what's up.
Yeah.
But he talked about a topic, and he talked about that catfish. And I want to talk about that with y'all. Both of y'all are, you know what I'm saying? I know, how could I put this in a politically correct way? I know the world likes both of y'all looks. You dig? So I know y'all probably see people catfish. I saw your Instagram today. Somebody stole your page. True or false?
They do on the regular basis. Not my page. They
Whoa.
steal my pictures.
Pictures.
Yeah, they steal my pictures on the regular, and they make fake pages on the regular, and they actually message people back and all kind of.
As you.
Yeah, on the regular.
I peep what they did, though. See, she's too unique 87. They were too unique 86. It's two different things.
Exactly.
So it's quite possible it could have been somebody else because she's.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you, man? You ever got caught up with that, man?
Man, it's crazy. What's crazy is being in the bodybuilding world. Like you get so many requests, and you really can't tell who's official. You know, so you got to go through. I check and see who my friends, you know, who if they dealing with them. But then it became like a epidemic. Like it was like certain women was just going straight for bodybuilders, and it's like you don't know if they women or not. Next, you know, they asking for $40.
Say word.
You know what I'm saying? They trying to, they come for real.
The
Yeah.
40 ball.
Straight.
They come straight up and want pictures and everything else. You like, nah, this ain't real. Like, this ain't real.
I'm glad you touched on the women thing. And Keith, I'm going to have you jump in, too, in a second. But I know. What in the world is this spraying? What is.
You got to tell all the secrets.
Jesus.
Well, they can see the video.
Oh,
Sorry. Okay. Well, anyway.
Where?
So we know on the female end, the dudes do the inboxing and saying all types of stuff, trying to get on. Does it happen to a bodybuilder as well? Ladies that's supposed to be married and all types of stuff, shooting like crazy that you know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. A lot of stuff goes on. I mean, you find out who really happy and who not. You know, so you get a lot, and it's like you don't want to be the one to come in between all of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you just step back and just let it all play out. Then you see, next thing you know, you see them going after the next bodybuilder.
Dig that.
So it is what it is.
Now, I don't know if you can say it or not. Are you single or are you dating?
Yeah, I'm single. I'm single.
So, have you ever dated somebody serious while you were doing this bodybuilding thing?
Yes, I have.
And how did they handle the world?
Well, I can be honest about it because anybody in my circle, like when I start changing the way I'm doing, eating and training and everything, they took the same route.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it easier. They was in the gym too.
Okay.
So I'm sure they got their attention.
Okay.
Now, can you be in a relationship or date someone who's not as physically active as you?
What's crazy is most women think that all I want is a in shape, cut up woman, and that's exactly. I do not want that.
Clap it up.
You want to hit him with it?
I want to hear some clapping.
I mean,
She want me to hit him with it.
I mean, it's
We have hope.
I love them in the gym. I love them in the gym, but not for the reasons that people think. I want you to be able to at least keep up with me walking. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I ain't worried about you trying to drop no weight. I want your heart to be good. I want you to be around. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really worried about I want to be something
So they ain't
soft.
gotta be super fit, 8 pack, 12 pack.
Bar shit,
No.
It's okay.
No, I need something soft and soft.
You see them eyes? Wait a
He
minute. They
looks
was
over
like,
here. He looks
well,
over
damn.
here.
Well, I tried to get the Gucci well damn
Something
sound. I couldn't
Hey,
find
he
it.
over here hints at
I mean,
Something
yeah.
plush.
Well,
I'm over there, feedback.
Let's-
Can't cuddle with bricks. You
let's
can't cuddle with
slide-
bricks.
let's slide over here to 2 Unique 87. And I'm going to tell you, she probably don't want this to get out, but she's actually, them Instagram models, you don't never know how they are going to be in real life. But she's actually a good person. I'm going to tell you, I was at a comedy show. Had no idea who this lady was. All I saw was this yellow thick lady going into a truck, right? And I'm walking past. And I ain't paying no attention. I might have noticed she was thick. I might have, not really though.
Even though that was one of the first qualities you mentioned. But go ahead.
I don't know. I love my girlfriend. I don't know what you're talking about, but sorry, I'm joking. But anyway, so she was standing there, and I literally am lost. You know, I'm a giant goofball, so I don't know what's going on. I'm like, how do I get in the event? Is it over? She's like, no, it's good. So I'm like, okay. So I'm walking again. I'm still lost. I don't even know how to get in the door because I'm terrible. She's like, no, it's just right there. I'll help you out. Like, I don't even know she's too unique 87, this Instagram model, 107,000 followers or whatever, till we go inside and we interact and I'm doing what I do. I'm networking or whatever. And I see this jacket. I think you got it right there. Could you put it on camera? I know.
I do.
It's right here. I know everybody that can't see it, but she walks around with a too unique 87 jacket.
Where's the camera?
Right there. Yeah, right there.
Can they see it?
Now,
Yeah.
first things first. I like the jacket thing because that's branding. So do you believe in branding yourself everywhere?
Everywhere.
You've always now. How long have you been doing all this social media stuff? And
I had got into it like late 2017.
okay, what made you first get into it? Just be honest.
My honest, jeez, oh gosh.
No, man, we talk.
I need a shot.
Go ahead, man.
All right, so this is gonna be a funny story, and this is actually my first time actually giving the full like real reason for it. But hold on, wait, let me think about that.
Do your thing, girl.
All right, so of course, anyway, so my first real reason that I got into it, originally my whole life I always wanted to be a model. Bam. So it was like, all right, bam. I was married at that time. I was in a marriage. I was a mommy. I was this housewife, and all I did was go to work. I worked 2 full-time jobs, and I pick the kids up. I come home. I'm cooking, helping with homework, and it was a pretty boring life. Not gonna lie, it was pretty boring. Then there was a couple of times, like I caught my husband cheating with strippers. It was like, what the? It was one of those moments like, what the fuck am I
So
doing
at this point,
wrong?
you just chill. You're just a chill.
Yeah,
house. Okay.
I'm a house mom, literally like just a basic ass house mom at that point. And it was like, damn, like, and it was the point where like he never wanted me going out nowhere. He never wanted me doing nothing, and I was occupied. I was either pregnant or just at home with the kids. You know, I have 4 children, 4 awesome children. So it was like, all right, like whatever, you know. Like he kept cheating with strippers. It was like, how the fuck do they keep cheating with these strippers? And it was him and all his friends. It was like, this is what guys want. They want whores, you know? So anyway, it went from that to like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm about to go ahead and start pursuing my career as to what I wanted to do, and this is what I've been wanting to do. And not necessarily saying like, oh, you know what? I'm going to be a stripper or nothing like that. And I'm not knocking any strippers either. Like, much respect to them. But it was to the aspect like, okay, it's time for me to pursue my career and make sure that I'm happy first. Because every day I was making sure that him and our children were happy. Everyone was happy, and it was like, all right, you know what? It's my turn now. So anyway, I'm happily divorced now. And
How old were you when you were married?
I was with him for 11 years. So yeah, we got divorced 2017.
Y'all were married 11 years or just together?
We were together that long. We was married probably 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
we were married probably 3 years. So yeah, and it went from that to like, all right, you know what? Like, yeah, it's time. So we got a divorce in 2017, and it was like I had started easing into it at that point, and then it was like, all right, man, we got a divorce, and I just went full throttle with it, and it's been very successful. I have had no help and assistance with it. Nobody like, oh, well, this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. So everything that I'm learning and I'm doing is everything I learned and made work for me.
Okay.
So
now,
That's
last
what's up.
week I had saw an episode of Maury Povich, and one of the shows he had was that it was actually teenagers who had like huge followings. There was like a 14-year-old, I think a 15-year-old and a 16-year-old, and this is what they do. And like one of the young ladies, she had over like 100,000 some TikTok followers or whatever the case may be, and their parents was like, oh, we want to help her pursue her dreams, and yeah, we manage everything and we keep hold of her accounts and stuff like that. And like some of the pictures that they had were not all the way revealing, but they were somewhat, I guess would say, enticing a little bit.
And you
I
said
hate
he
to
was
say
teenagers?
that. Yeah, these were teenagers. They had like huge followings. So I say that to ask, how do you feel about teenagers getting into TikTok and having all those followers or posting enticing pictures on social media?
it's like one of those bittersweet things. Is because I do know one young lady, who has a very high following, very beautiful young lady, but the way they have her dressing, the way that, and the people that she's in touch with, I'm about to the point where I've saw like full adults literally FaceTiming this teenage girl at 3 a.m, it was like, okay, this is unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? And it's exactly. So it's to that aspect where you say, oh yeah, I got control over this, I got control over that. But when she's getting a FaceTime from a full grown man at 3, 4 in the morning, you don't have control over it. You don't. So until you become that parent who really like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have control over this. I'm really gonna monitor this. Yeah, because you can still pursue your children's dreams in many other ways versus quote unquote slightly exploiting them. You know, I look at that John Benet Ramsey. This was a young child that you guys dressed up every day looking like a full adult. You understand? So at this point, you put makeup on her. Makeup is for a grown woman. Little girl, you not trying to entice other little boys to like her.
You're attracting men.
Exactly. Yeah. You understand? You're not enticing other little boys to like her. You're attracting grown men to like her. You understand? So it's like, no, you gotta, you know what I'm saying? No, no. It's certain ways about going about everything, and you can pursue your children's dreams many other ways.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you touched on that, because that's the one thing about social media. Like I said, it's one of the strongest things we'll ever have. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But we're so open to the world with social media.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You go from
so much access to the point where it was just it was just something on there where they said an 11-year-old boy drove 200 miles.
Oh yeah, I
to
heard
see
that story.
a man that he had hopes of. Wait a minute, why is an 11-year-old able to drive 200 miles
with no GPS?
What? How?
I think he drove. I know it was 2 hours. The story I heard from some guy he met online, and like and the thing was, you have people passing them. They didn't think, oh my God,
why is it
who's driving?
Exactly.
and stopped to ask somebody for directions. That's how he got caught. He stopped to ask somebody for directions.
And see, that's what I was gonna say. That's the one thing
At
about
night. At night.
Why do an 11-year-old know how to drive?
But see, that's the one thing.
It starts with Mario Kart.
Okay.
All of us are in front of people to a degree. You know what I'm saying? All of us. The thing, normally you want your page, if you're not in front of people, your page can be private. But see, we got to have a level of a public page. So you let people in to try to perform, to try to do whatever you do. And that brings on something else. As many people love us, you're going to have a hater or two.
My God.
You're going to have a hater or two. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It could be somebody don't even know that stole your pictures, posted all types of crazy stuff. Bite him. Big Trey Killer.
Man.
What do you got to say about, I don't have my own personal story, but we're in about me. What do you think about that part? The haters, the people, and I know we tell people. It's 100,000 people that love us. It's only 2 that hate. But see, that 2 that hate, that minority can be the vocal minority. And you know what I'm saying? It can sway, and it affects your business as well. So what do you think about that, sir?
I got a love and hate relationship with haters. I mean, they drive you to a degree. And then, when you start succeeding, you find out who really hates you and who love you anyway. So basically, you just got to keep going forward. The more things you do positive, they start dropping off, and you be like, oh, damn, they was hating even to begin with.
Yeah.
For example, last May 11th, I was training for my first bodybuilding competition. Everybody at the gym, like, he ain't no bodybuilder. He work out, he look good in the club, but I said, okay. You know what I'm saying? I kept training. Counting down the days on Facebook, making posts. Like, oh, he's serious. Like, he's serious. So I found out who really was supporting me and who really was like, oh, damn.
He competition.
Yeah, so then when it really went down, actually went through it and actually did it, you're like, he did this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you find out real quick.
Because I know, man, one time Big made a statement. This is right before he passed. We was talking about more money, more problems. They was telling about people, the Pac situation, everything. And Big told whatever guy that was interviewing him, you can't fight everybody. So you just got to keep doing what you're doing. Now, keep in mind, this is prior to the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He already had to deal with it. So now you got it magnified because it's the internet by 100,000 times.
Yeah. You got to use it to drive you.
And Big said, you can't fight anybody. Just keep doing it. Like you just said, he said, keep going. Either they going to rock. Even if they don't rock, they talking about you. And to get your name in front of people. Too Unique, would you like to touch on this topic?
Would I? Please. And this is funny. Like I have to go live on Facebook for this one.
I seen some stuff earlier.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Some stuff what?
Some stuff that
About
just
who?
took place
I'm like,
this
damn,
morning.
I I'm like, I just met I haven't even met the girl yet. I'm like,
He's like,
okay,
yeah,
it's
she knew what the
about to
topic
go
was
down.
today. He's like, I already know this show about to be juicy. Okay, so I swear this is so funny that this was even brought up, okay? All right, so anyway, bam. This morning, well, let's rewind to last night. There's this fake roast group on Facebook. I'm all for laughs. I love to laugh. Like I love to laugh. You saw that. I love to laugh. Like I'm into laughing. Even if it's about me, I love to laugh. I'm here for it. However, there's a fake roast on Facebook. There's a roast group on Facebook. It's a Facebook group. I'm not even going to give them attention to any of that. You understand?
So you hip to it?
Yeah, and I'm on her page.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not even gonna. I would never. So, however, it's been to the point where I was in a group years ago. And however, we all going back and forth. We all into it. They got upset with me. They decided to report me. They reported my whole page, and that was on Facebook before I even had followers on Instagram. Like at that point in life, what I realized is you either Facebook or you either Instagram. It wasn't no both. And at that point in time, I was Facebook. I had 30,000 followers on Facebook. I thought that was, oh my God, so big. Like, oh, I got 30,000. No, they got my whole page shut down. And to this day, I still haven't got it back. They got because of this group. So it's like, all right, whatever. Start a whole nother page. But at this point, because I was deleted off Facebook, I just started going to Instagram. And that's when it started
Building back up again.
bingo. So, however, I'm on Facebook and then bam, somebody adds me back to the group. They in here got 2 of my pictures up in the group, going on the pictures, da-da-da-da. And let me add, I also have an OnlyFans too. Okay? I also have an OnlyFans.
You heard that?
Do you hear that? So I have 2
Whoa.
OnlyFans.
Let me stop for a second. Just in case people don't know what OnlyFans is. Let them know what OnlyFans is.
OnlyFans is a big upgrade from Instagram. Like, you know how you see all of the thick models on Instagram just showing all of their curves? Well, OnlyFans is an upgrade to that, to where you can pay a small fee a month, or you can subscribe for free. That's why I have 2. So I have one free one, and then I have one you can pay for. So bam. However, you can watch squirt videos for me. I don't know about everybody else.
I swear I need my well damn sound effect. Well damn. Okay.
Well, so here's the question. How do you feel about the breach that just got reported?
That they start leaking stuff.
Whoa. The breach on what?
OnlyFans got hacked.
Wait a minute, Dave. What do you know about OnlyFans, sir?
See, I love it.
I
Dave.
run
you had Halo.
I run an IT show. We talk about security breaches all the time.
Okay.
That's my
He's
story.
like, hold on.
I'm sticking to
There
it.
you
My God. Shout out to the most amazing
like-
sound guy in the world.
He's like, what did you say your OnlyFans was?
Right, yeah.
Bring it in.
No, so, I mean, it's like
I heard that, yes.
essentially everything is out there.
Exactly. So my thing was this. One, it wasn't one of those big to me, because of the simple fact it was already people stealing my content and putting my content on Pornhub and all of that. So bam, what prompted me to, okay, you know what can I do to stop this, or what can I do to drive them back to me? Because if they just stealing it and they screen recording my stuff, guess what? It's not going to drive them back to me. It's going to keep them following this person because they're thinking that it's me. So I started watermarking all of my stuff.
Yeah.
So y'all steal as much content as you want now. Because guess what? Either way, it's gonna bring all of them back to me. So that's what I started doing. So when that happened, it was like, it wasn't like it was something I didn't run into already. It was something I had already run into. When stuff like that happen, all it does is teaching me it teaches me how to work harder. That's it. So bam, I have an OnlyFans or whatever the case may be. So they tagging me in this group. They talking about my outfits. They doing all of this. And at this point, as long as y'all tag me, I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Just tag me. You know, and quite eventually it was 1,000 people in this group at this point. So how many people do you know out of that 1,000 that came over to my page? And that actually stayed on my page? At least 100. Even some of them even bought the OnlyFans and everything. So it's like, again, at this point, I appreciate them. This free promo for me.
Free promo. That's
Free
what.
promo. You and at the end of the day, it wasn't me. It wasn't even making me mad to the point where it was girls in there, like some of the real females, like, oh damn, like she cool as hell, like she really taking all of this. Like, you can't piss me off about me making my money. You'll never be able to make me mad about what I'm doing, because you got to be secure with yourself and be grounded with yourself before you go into anything.
Straight up.
So that
Period.
tough skin is definitely important. Would
Hell
y'all agree to
yeah.
social media stuff?
Yes, it has to be.
Absolutely.
It has to be, because when you put yourself on social media, you putting yourself out there, you exposing yourself to the world. You got to be able to take that, and if you can't, you gonna fail. You gonna
That's
fail.
what's
That's
up.
not it for you. Period. Point blank.
Especially if you're trying to be a brand. Excuse me.
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead,
If
go
you're
ahead.
trying to build yourself as a brand, like, you're going to take it all. You're gonna take it
Bingo.
all. Yeah.
Yes,
so-
and it got to the point, it got so bad, like I said, to this morning, to where it was a girl threatening me like, oh, shut up before I shut your tough ass up, all because this y'all group that y'all took pictures off of my page and posted it in. So it got to the point where they literally deleted me out the group, and then one of the other guys called himself trying to come for me in another group when he was one of the administrators. Like, wait a minute, bitch boy.
All right. Tell him. All right. Woo! Turn the mics on fire.
Do you hear me?
Turn the fire off.
right.
Go ahead, Keith.
No, I was gonna say with the tough skin part, some things that triggers me is that when people say things or do things, then they get all this backlash. Then later on, you want to apologize. No, own up to it. Keep that energy that you had when you posted it, and when you put it out there, you got to be ready for the positive, the negative, the shares, the stealing. You got to be ready for all that. So don't try to get an apology now. Just what you said is what you said. That's how you felt in that moment. That was your thought and your feelings at the moment that you posted that. So don't go try to backtrack and try to fix it. But before you put it out there, you think first and say, okay, if I put this out there, whatever reactions I get, am I going to be ready for it?
And she's
But one thing we have to remember is one, that we are all still human.
Well,
And-
yeah, absolutely.
And what it is when we get to a certain part or a certain step in our success, we don't understand how powerful our words are.
Right.
Yeah.
So we don't understand that, we may say this and this may offend, or they may take, we don't understand that. So bam, now you got this whole team coming in. Like, you need to apologize to this. So at this point, because you're a brand and you're here to protect your brand, and guess what you're going to do to make the world feel good? You're going to get them that apology. Because guess what? It's protecting your brand versus you saying, you know what? No, fuck that. I said what I said. I meant what I said, and that's that. You're going to lose all of these people versus you kissing their ass and saying, oh, my God, I'm so
It's
sorry.
funny she talk about that. That's
I'm
one thing.
I'm a brand.
That's
I'm a
one
brand.
thing Cardi be talking about all the time. Like, Cardi say, because Cardi came from her lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then they asked Cardi to apologize. It's hard for Cardi because that's not where she came from. But her manager got to keep her in order.
Period.
And tell her, like, you do got to understand, this ain't the streets. We can't just going back to what Big said, you can't just go smack everybody that say something you don't like.
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
But what's crazy is they got cousins at will.
Yeah, you
That's
can't.
all
but
I'm-
You just happy just going to the store, and you don't know when it's your time to face that karma over what you done said and what you done did.
That too, but then
You
again,
know?
that's another thing with us being big social media people. To why I'm not gonna be that person that's gonna argue back and forth with nobody on the internet because I don't. On my other page, I got over 530,000 followers. That means it's over 530,000 people in the world that know me that I do not know. No, I would never. Why would I go back and forth with you? I'd be out on the street walking on a regular basis and something end up happening. I'm in here lost, like, what the fuck?
I used to tell
I'm
people
one of your
that
500 people. Like,
I used to tell that people all that time because, like, you look at like whether it be a Kobe or rest in peace Kobe or and, people, even though we all love him, not like I always did, but there was always Kobe had a lot of haters.
yeah,
You did that would have been like Kobe. Kobe didn't worry about what people was tagging him in.
exactly.
He laughed at it probably. If he even looked at it, he probably had his manager. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It comes to a point where you don't have time for that.
But I want to touch on something else though. We talking about growth in social media, aesthetics, looking the part. What do y'all think about? Do you have to look the part to grow in social media now, or do you think if your entertainment is or whatever you do is so strong, it'll pass looking a certain way?
No, I just made what's the name about that earlier. It's really, you got to make the people believe. And what they gonna do is they gonna run with basically whoever they see everybody is running with. You understand, to the point where it's somebody on social media that got a blue check and they not, like, I look at this person, I went through their page and really did like a whole analyze one day, like, what the fuck is, wow. I don't see nothing funny about this stuff that he doing. It's just stupid as hell. And it's like, no, it's part of the trend. And it's not like he's somebody running around with a whole bunch of ice on and none of that, or fresh as hell. No, it's part of a stupid trend. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't feel like you have to, you know what I'm saying, look to part. It's just with certain extents, they gonna run with what they think is part of the crowd or what's in.
What you think about that?
Followers, basically what it is. It's like, people see what other people gravitating to, and whether it's good or bad, they're going to jump on the bandwagon. Now, it depends on how strong their mind is, whether they're going to say, hey, I like this particular person. I'm going to follow them regardless of if somebody else is or not. I like this particular person because of whatever reasons. If I like big girls, if I like skinny girls, or like whatever, not because of whatever somebody else saying or whatever they doing over here, and then y'all secretly trying to be in their inbox or talk to them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's real.
And it's funny you said that. I'm gonna touch base on the business level.
Yeah,
Popeyes chicken sandwich.
man.
Everybody, people don't even realize every time they said something about either they tried it or they didn't like it or talked about people, don't go get that. You was giving them boys free advertising. And then we became followers. So even though we like, I never try that, but the line ain't that long. Let me stop in here and see what the chicken sandwich is all about. And then come to find out, because I do a lot of research on that stuff, Chick-fil-A and Popeyes was working together. They were working together. Because now you try the Popeyes, what are you going to do? Compare it to
Chick-fil-A.
So we both grew. And I remember telling, because, and this is a whole nother topic, but they go into the whole support black business. Everybody was crying, whatever. And I remember making a post saying,
Honey
don't.
pot.
Well, we're going to talk about that too, but I'm going to say, don't be mad at the people. Don't be mad at Popeyes. Look at the business model they did and follow it. If I sell chicken sandwiches and I'm a black-owned business, because there was one called Durden's Catering. Shout out to him. He had a dope chicken sandwich, and I tried it. Follow behind what they doing and saying, you know what? Try that. Try theirs. Let's see what mine about. You don't have to be mad at anybody. Don't argue them down. Just follow. Yeah. Now, I'm tired of standing in line here at Popeyes. I'm not driving to Novi, but I could go where Durden's is. You see what I'm saying? Catch the wave. Right. You know what I'm saying? The curve is such an important thing in business and in social media and everything. Be in front of it. Don't be behind it. You dig what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I that's just a thing I want to touch
Oh,
about.
and you know what, too? I heard there were going to be Popeye's chicken sandwiches at the polls next Tuesday.
We're going to do a quick break because my partner likes to talk about that. Go ahead and tell them about the polls right quick.
Yes, I know today is Super Tuesday, but next Tuesday, March the 10th, there's a primary for Michigan. I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, but just make sure you go out and exercise your right to vote. There's people that died. There's people that fought for us to have this right. So just make sure you go and exercise your right. If you don't want to be at the polls, that's fine. You can vote absentee. You don't need a reason to vote absentee. So you can contact your local city clerk and you can request the absentee ballot. You can drop it off at the clerk's office on actual election day. And also, too, if you're not registered to vote, you can register to vote on election day at the polling site. So there's no reason that no one should not be able to vote unless you're not a citizen or unless you're under 18.
Okay. Y'all heard that. So make sure y'all get out there and vote. Now I want to touch a base on something else too. Let's say it's somebody out there. They watching what y'all do. And I talked about this in our episode last week. We had a group, shout out to Plain Jane Way, but it was a hip-hop duo. They was like...
Price is going up.
Price is going up. I was talking about you last week. They was like, we following her right now. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. So you might want to holler at them on some business, on some music video tip.
Okay,
they dope girls and you dope. But
really?
they we were talking about if you have... First of all, let me say this. Role models. People watch us. I told them I personally don't believe the entertainers or people in front of people have to be role models, but I do know people watch us. So what do you say to the people that watch you being a bodybuilder? They even watch you being an Instagram model. There might be a little young lady that's 13, and she's, the female 13. She questioning if she attractive or not. Does she go the route of feeling like she's gonna be super sexy and doing stuff she, you know what I'm saying, whatever, or does she stay in her shell? First of all, let me holler at you right quick. What do you think about that? People that's following you being role models or even whatever. What do you think about that?
What's crazy is, I'm in the store the other day. I'm in Myers. I'm just walking by, what I'm saying, get my groceries or whatever, and I seen a lady I used to train. She like, I know you. She's like, yeah, I used to train with you, whatever. And she's like, this is my mother over here. And her mother was in the little rolling, things or whatever, and I'm trying to, shake her hand. And she looked up at me. She was startled. She like, I was just praying that somebody would come over here and talk to me and help me, because she was just trying to get healthy for the first time, buying healthy food and everything. And she's like, I think God sent you over here, and I'm like, that's a big responsibility, right there. But I took it, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you get little stuff like that help you, that make you keep going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the motivation from that is what makes me post how I post. Even when they get to know me, they follow me, they see my personal stuff and how I keep it real. I don't sugarcoat nothing. You know what I'm saying? The more you follow me, the more you know that. It's whether it come to training, how to eat, how to diet, everything. I don't BS, because we don't got time to BS. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whether it's from the kids to older people, whatever. You know, you got to keep it real because they're watching you when you don't even know it. You know, you get little messages here and there like, you know, I seen you when you said you was training when you didn't even feel like training, and that made me go. You know, it's like,
I'm with it.
So now I got to do it again. You know what I'm saying?
You never
So,
know who watches.
yeah.
What about you? What do you say about that if it's a young person watching you and seeing what you do?
First and foremost, let me say I don't want any young girls following me. And I mean, I don't say that in the aspect of like to be like, oh no, but I'm saying that in the aspect like I don't want for this to be like, oh, you know what? Like I want to just grow up and be an Instagram model. Like that wasn't what I had intentions on. Like, oh my God, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a million other things that you can do with life to, you know what I'm saying? To be successful, it's a million other things, first and foremost. That's my first thing. Secondly, if you are, first and foremost, you got to have self-love. Self-love, that's easier said than done. You have to fall in love with yourself before you can ever love anyone else or ever love anything else. Period. You got to have self-love. You got to look at yourself and accept all your flaws and whatever it is that you don't accept about yourself, you got to figure out how to, if you can't change it, to accept it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to fall in love with yourself. Period. You got to fall in love with yourself, and you got to and you got to embrace who you are. But biggest thing is self-love. That's my biggest thing why I'm so successful, because I love myself more than I love, you know.
Now, I want to ask one more question. If you have anything else, jump in too. But I want to ask one more question before we go to the final segment. The first time somebody saw you in person off of Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and wanted a picture, autograph, whatever, how did you feel? I'm talking about strip away the brand, and somebody just walking up. You know what? How did you feel?
It was intimidating, to be honest, because I don't look at myself like that. Like from where I come from, you know, I wasn't always in shape. You know, so sometimes when you walking around in your normal world, you know, you feel normal, and when somebody look at you like a bigger character, you know, it's like, okay, wow, okay. I mean, if I am this to you, let's get it. You know, I don't shy away from it because I could have just made their day or whatever. But it's intimidating. It's intimidating in a good way, though. You know what I'm saying?
How did you feel the first time somebody didn't meet you and what is your real name? I don't know if you want to say it. What is your real name? Can you say it?
It's Antoinette.
Wait a minute, what?
Antoinette.
Shut bitch. That's the my old light skin. She was an IG model. That was her That was her name too.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, but anyway,
This
right.
is not her. And
Right,
she is
you're right.
not her.
Good point.
go.
Sorry, I just had a flashback. But anyway, how did you feel the first time somebody came up to you, not as Antoinette, as Too Unique 87?
How I'm feeling right now. It still to this day shocks me. Literally, it still shocks me to this day. Every time I'm out and whenever it happens, each time, it still feels like the first time. Each time, to the point where I travel. I do a lot of traveling now. So even when I literally was just in New York, maybe last month, and went to a party with a friend. And when I tell you, a lot of people in that party knew me, and it just blew me away all over again. It was just like, oh my God. Like, I still feel the same way. I get butterflies, and I just be like, oh my God.
We going to go to this. I got to ask that too real quick. Like I said, I used to date somebody that was a video model thing too. Video model thing. Like
video model thing.
Right.
Whatever the hell y'all do.
Because when I met her, so I knew what she did, but I used to see her and me and her hanging out one-on-one, and she one time said what you just said. She's like, man, it almost is too much because I'm not used to, when I go to these events and I have to do the whole gimmick, the character, because, she was like, I just can't understand how they go crazy and they don't even know me. Like, it was unbelievable.
I mean, mine's is different because I'm like, I don't know how long ago that was when you guys were dating.
Probably about 5
years ago?
Yeah.
So was the social media as big as it is now?
Yeah. About 4 or 5 years. So she was already, her IG was heavy.
Okay, well then, yeah. I don't know. Like with my IG, I put so much on there to a certain extent that you basically know a lot that's going on in my life. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people will feel like they know me and it's personal. And that's what I wanted to feel like because, you know what I'm saying?
Well, guys, I just got the call. We got 3 minutes. So right now it's time for our final segment, and it is called...
Talk Your Ish!
Talk your ish. You got 60 seconds to say whatever you want to. Talk about yourself. You can talk about what you got coming up. You can talk about your whatever you want to talk about. 60 seconds, go.
Oh shit, me first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Life is good, and I enjoy my work. We are working on a new movie. Y'all can go follow my YouTube. It's 2Unique87. Don't forget to vote. Thank the universe. Thank God. Shout out to this podcast. They dope as hell.
Thank you much. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And life is good. And don't forget to follow my Instagrams, which is 2Unique87. I have two of them. I have a Twitter, 2Unique87, and I have OnlyFans, 2Unique87 too. So tap into all of that.
Yo, let me get my quick 60 seconds in. All right, what I've got going on right now is every Saturday at Rosedale Powerhouse, I'm doing what they call a boot camp cardio, want to say circuit type of workout, and we call it Flex on Your X.
Woo!
Yeah, it's designed.
That title, though.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like.
It's designed around. I don't want to say hurt because it could be from your ex job, it could be your ex, mate or whatever. But it's designed to basically motivate you from your past.
Okay.
So we meet every Saturday at 10 a.m.
Okay, that's what's up. How can I get a hold of you real quick?
Hit me at Instagram at Big Trey Killer.
Big Trey Killer. All right.
And what's the cost?
Basically, what I'm doing is 10 per person.
Okay.
But it's 2 for 1.
Okay.
Yeah. So come on in.
All right, Keish, if you want to talk to him about what we got coming up.
Yes, so August 1st, we're going to Toronto for the Caravana Festival, the Grand Parade. Seats for that is $80, a $30 deposit to hold the seat, and then the remaining balance is due by July 11th. You do need an enhanced license or a passport to cross the border, and you have to have a pretty much a clean enough record to cross the border. Anybody who can't cross the border will be left at the border, unfortunately. If you need any more information, you can email us at urbanembodiment313@gmail.com.
All right. And guys, next week, and by the way, I have to say this real quick. My wonderful partner, unfortunately, will not be here next week.
Yes.
Because she will be working the polls.
I will be working the election polls.
Oh, I'm about to say
I thought you about to get an
polls.
OnlyFans too.
I was about to sign you up under me. I got my
If I ever get enough
a
money,
referral.
there will be a big girls entertainment club.
Okay.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
I'm here for it.
But my partner will not be here next week. So next week we got a special guest co-host. It's going to be Gingy Maloney. She was on our very first episode of Boss Chicks. And next week's episode is about the election. We're going to do black media. We're going to have some news people that run black newspapers, black magazines, black news reporters. Going to all be in here in the building with us next week. So make sure you check us out next week at 7 o'clock right here on the Podcast Detroit app and on Urban Embodiment. And I am Deshaun Whipdog Whipple.
And I'm Lakeisha.
And we will see you next Tuesday.
Good night.